Now Turtle has determined that the Texans don't even deserve a preview this week of their game against the Niners, but they do deserve a Turtle Talk rant. And this is probably
They
going to be the most. We'll call this one Toxic Turtle Talk
they
because that's
they
what it's
just
about
they
to be.
deserve an absolute scathing just diatribe. I'm about to eviscerate these clowns, man. All right. I don't know. I might enter Mike levels of calling for John Gruden to be a partial owner at this point. But anyways, the debauchery that we subjected America to on Monday night was just a. And again, you guys feel free to stop me because once I get going, I don't want the listeners to just
Hey,
hear me
this
be a
is your
negative guy.
time. This is
But
your
all right,
time.
my time. I am so disappointed from front office downward. And I think a lot of Texans fans are going to blame Nick Caley, and rightfully so. The offense looks like shit again. Um, but to see a team have 15 days to prepare for this game on the road, you garnered some momentum against some dog shit teams. And to look as undisciplined and unprepared and unserious to play football at the start of the game on Monday night was absolute. The team should be cast into the stratosphere, everybody included, for what they subjected us to on Monday night. I mean, even the defense, and I think we talked a lot on this pod about, well, this defense is going to have to carry the team. This defense is really good. This defense that. Well, tell you what, the Seattle Seahawks came out the game plan and put up 14 points on their ass with it in a blink of an eye. We had, and in respect to Clint Kubiak, he's the son of a Texans legend, Gary Kubiak. And Christian, I remember you texting me all throughout Monday night. Clint Kubiak should be the guy. Clint Kubiak, I think you said pin this exactly. Clint Kubiak, Texans head coach in 2 years. And you know what? When you text me, I'm like, the ownership loves D'Amico. Everybody loves D'Amico. No chance. By the time that game finished, I was right there with you. I
Wow.
mean, to see this team and this defense specifically, you've got defensive ends lining up offside. You've got Aziz Al-Shire just being an absolute bandit out there, just just throwing Sam Darnold 5 yards into the sideline. Um, you've got defensive backs with eyes in the backfield when they're out there in 13 personnel. I mean, just undisciplined, and quite frankly, I don't know what the hell they did on their bye week, offense and defense. You had 15 days to prepare for a Clint Kubiak scheme that is heavy featuring play action. They like to get guys down the field. Don't have your eyes in the backfield. Play smart, disciplined football. Stay flat to the line of scrimmage. All the stuff that is high school level discipline stuff, they did not execute on. And everyone said, well, they took the ball 4 times away. I do not care. They were not ready to play that football game, offense and defense. And we'll segue to the offense. I mean, what an absolute clown show. All the stuff that you were doing well at the end of the Tennessee game and the Baltimore game, they just decided to not do that anymore. They went back to rotating Laken Tomlinson and Juice Scruggs at guard for whatever God knows reason. And by the way, D'Amico Ryan's answer in the press conference on that was just despicable today, or it may have been yesterday, one of the days, where he said, "Well, we feel like both guys play better if we're rotating, and both guys play like shit. So just stick with one. They're both awful." And Braxton Berrios, his first week off of IR, all of a sudden he gets the chance to return punts and play 47% of the snaps. I know Nico went out at the end of the game, but good Lord, why is he returning punts? Why? Jalen Noble's doing an excellent job returning punts before the bye week. Why throw Berrios out there his first week off the IR or whatever? I was going to say IL. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. And D'Amico's answer on that was, "Oh, Barrios, he was fielding the ball well." Was Jalen Noel not fielding the ball well? What kind of crap answer is that? Nick Haley, he just looks like he's throwing darts at a board, man. This team does this offense doesn't have an identity. I mean, before the season, we're going to be physical smash mouth. That doesn't work. You move to a different type of offense before the bye, and then you come back out of the bye. And you're like, you know what we are against the best defensive line in the NFL. You know what we are? We're a smash mouth football team, and we're going to run straight into Leonard Williams on 3rd and 1. And then we're going to do it again on 4th and 1. And then we're going to do it again on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 again. But then when you get to the 1 yard line late in the game, and you maybe could run a QB sneak just to change it up or something. No, we'll run 2 play action rollouts that the defense like totally prepared for. And then you know what we'll do on 4th and 1? We'll run it behind Woody Marks again. And guess what happens? Stuff. It's like he's asking AI to choose a play for him. I mean, this is insane. It looks like just random play calls. There's no scheme. He's basically with the route concept. He's basically just begging the receivers to get open. I mean, and then of course Nico Collins gets concussed on whatever route that was. He was just a prayer to the sideline. No wonder CJ's dejected. I mean, I would be too, but I mean, there's plenty of blame to go to CJ as well. He's got happy feet. The ball placement specialist, as he so claimed himself to be, and that rookie year when you saw that, that's gone. That's all gone. He's got happy feet in the pocket. Um, Offensive line, while they do some stuff better than last year, they certainly don't false start as much because they got rid of Laramie Tunsil, but everything else got worse. And quite frankly, I don't know what the life at the end of the tunnel is for this offense. I mean, go back to what you were doing before the bye. It's just insane. Like I just don't understand. I don't understand how you could have 15 days to prepare for this game, and you just go back to who you were the first 3 games of the year. And that falls on the head coach. That falls on D'Amico Ryans. His team looked unprepared. I don't know. Titus Howard said that the offense got complacent. Complacent for what? You're 28th in the league in offense or something like that. You're certainly not in the top 20. Complacent? Are you joking? He played 5 good quarters of football against bad teams. I mean, D'Amico needs to get like, what are we telling these guys? What Kool-Aid are they? What Kool-Aid are they drinking? What is like who is telling these guys they're good because they're not good? Plain and simple. Too much drinking their own Kool-Aid. I don't know what press clippings they were reading either. I mean, what it just, and again, that falls on the head coach. Just poor leadership. Not a well-run team right now, in my opinion. Not a well-run team. And a lot of it falls on Nick Caserio too for, I think, at this point being way too pragmatic with draft and free agency stuff. I mean, so I'm starting to question the overall strategy because you've made some all-in moves the last couple of years. You traded for Stephon Diggs. You signed Daniil Hunter. I mean, those are all-in type moves. But when you need to go all in to fix your offensive line, your best hope is trading back in the first and then drafting a rookie left tackle in the second round. Signing the likes of Lakeland Tomlinson and Ed Ingram. And credit to Ed Ingram, he's played mediocre this year. I mean, he's probably, which is, I can't believe I'm saying that that's a good thing, but he's at least showed some level of gumption. But yeah, I don't know how you could. Well, I don't know what the strategy is. You're going to be pragmatic with the most important, I would say, position group to your franchise quarterback, but you're going to go all in other spots. I mean, I think it's time to start questioning the front office. I think it's time to start questioning why Nick Caserio just hires John Carroll guys all the time. I mean, I think the whole process needs to be questioned. Nick Caserio, D'Amico Ryans on downward. Um, so
Oof. Well, what's the number one issue you think? As long as we're just digging into the negativity, is it the offensive line? Because I feel like you can attribute some of CJ Stroud's happy feet back to just the O line speeding up his internal clock.
but again, I think it's becoming a mental problem now. I mean, we've seen the body language issues with CJ Stroud the last game and early in the year. We heard it in his press conferences when they were 0-3. Like he just doesn't seem as engaged as he's the most disengaged that I've seen him. Um, so I mean, yeah, the offensive line is probably, if you want to look at things on paper, the biggest issue, but I think there's more like mercurial issues with this team right now.
Well, in that
And
case, then my
it
follow up,
starts with the head coach, in my
I was going
opinion.
to
Because
say, my follow up would be what 1 to 10, what kind of hot seat are we looking at for D'Amico right now?
I don't think he gets fired this year. I mean, unless like they don't win a game the rest of the year, or like I don't know. Um, I think the seats are warming up though. I do. I think the seats are warming up. Um, I think Nick Casario's seat is white hot, probably. Um,
You
I can
know,
tell you, people in that building are fed up right now.
yeah.
That's what I've heard.
It's
So,
more. I mean, you guys did so much in the offseason to rebuild the offensive line, and it is just not.
But did we,
They
Mike?
made
Did we
moves.
do so? Did we do
they
so
make
much?
moves, or did they actually do
Yeah.
like conducive to
You know,
success?
who did a lot to solidify the offensive line in the offseason, and while they
The
still have
Bears.
their issues at tackle? The Bears.
Bears.
The Bears did a lot. So maybe the one good thing Poles did.
And that's
Yeah.
I don't think that's polls, guys. I think that's really the core issue here. You look around the league right now. I love D'Amico as a coach, as a culture guy, as a rah-rah guy, but you look around the league, I can just off the top of my head name you 5 better DCs. And I think that's, kind of the core issue here. And it's time, I think, for me, it's been time to get CJ a real offensive coach. Thank God the Bears understood the assignment last year. I think the same holds true for CJ Stroud right now. I think if you could somehow pry a Mike McDaniel, I like Clint Kubiak because of his relationship to the Texans organization. But there's plenty of guys, who always come up out of the woodwork. A Liam Cohen would have made a ton of sense with this team just to establish a semblance of a run game. I will say NFL draft right now, guard out of Penn State, Turtle. The Vega Ione, that's your guy. Lock in.
Yeah.
Because
I hate to say it, but
it's
I might
week
be
8 and we're talking about drafting a guard.
That's the thing. I mean, I might be looking early this year. I might be joining Mike and we're looking at draft boards and
Take a peek at Tankathon.
Yeah, I mean, I saw on the odds board. By the way, I think it was on DraftKings. They listed the teams to finish with I think it was either to finish the least amount of wins. Yeah, they listed the teams to finish the least amount of wins the rest of the year, and the Texans were on that board, unfortunately, amongst the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets.
Yeah.
You know who wasn't on that board? The Baltimore Ravens. And they technically have a worse record than the Texans do. But
just wait till after this Sunday.
Yeah, they'll throw them on there. I think we can at least say we've got some kind of good team in our company at least. I mean, if you want to touch on the game briefly on Sunday against the 49ers, I'll just say that the spread's weird. I mean, I don't think the Texans should be favored. I know they're at home, but it's all I got.
One thing for you guys though, you've been just smoked by really good pass catchers with competent quarterback play. And I'm talking smoked. Like Jackson Smith and Jigma, Puka Nacua, 49ers going to get George Kittle back. I mean, they just get roasted in the secondary.
Okay, but Jackson Smith and Jigba and Puka Nacua have established themselves as 2 of the best wide receivers in football. Well, that's maybe your first and second best wide receiver in football through this season. And George Kittle hasn't played at all. So,
we'll see if Brock Purdy's going to be back. I mean, he was limited in practice today, but
I don't know, man. Like it could be Brock. It could be Brock. It could be Mac Jones. I honestly, at this point, I don't really change the 49ers power rating too much, depending on who's in there at quarterback. At least against the Texans, I don't.
At what point do you just throw your guys on man-to-man, just lock up? You got the guys for it.
Yeah, that was another thing you mentioned, Christian, there too, and it was a great observation that all the zone that was being played on Monday night. Yeah, I'm shocked by that. I'm surprised they didn't shadow Derek Stingley more. I was confused by running zone as well because, to be honest, I feel like Sam Darnold is way more comfortable throwing against zone than he is manning up and you trying to pressure him a little bit. I mean, we did see a glimpse of old Sam Darnold when Will Anderson provided what was at the time looked like may be the only Texans touchdown, barring a last minute Cheeks tutty. But yeah, I was shocked by that. And again, I think it comes down to my earlier point of just this team from top down just not being prepared to play this football game. I mean, what they were doing on defense didn't make a lot of sense to me, given they had 2 weeks to prepare and what the strengths of this offense are. Yeah, I don't know. I'm again, I'm flabbergasted myself at just the absolute stinker that not only the players put up, but the coaching staff as well. And D'Amico Ryans came on today or yesterday, by the way, in his press conference said we were one touchdown away from tying the game. That's just couldn't be. If the Seahawks didn't let them hang around for 3.5 quarters somehow, they would have lost 40-6. If it weren't for the Seahawks just being blatantly stupid. Yeah, I don't know, Christian. I mean, I don't have an answer for you on why they were running zone. I don't. It confused me as well. Like, and that's kind of the issue, right? I mean, I love D'Amico Ryans, and I love D'Amico Ryans as a defensive coach as well. I think that is proven that he is. I think he's still a top 5 defensive coach in the league. But he did hand off play calling duties to Matt Burke because he's been more involved in the offense. D'Amico Ryans has, rightfully so, given what's been going on. And I don't think Matt Burke called a great game on Monday. And D'Amico Ryans being involved in the offense doesn't seem to have done anything positive. So
it's the risk you run with the defensive coach, even if they've got everything
it's a weird
together on
scenario.
defense. Yeah.
You know when it's time like for offensive coaches when an offensive coach who's struggling hands off play calling duties. I'm pretty sure the Titans did that. If it wasn't a couple years
The Browns
ago,
last year.
The Browns last year, that's how you know that they're the team's grasping at straws. And when the defensive head coach gives up his play calling duty to help the offense, I don't know, man. This was a bad hire. This Nick Haley hire was a bad hire, and I can't go back and know who was who really made the ultimate choice. I'd like to think that it was D'Amico, but Cole Popovich, our O-line coach, a Patriots guy. Nick Haley, a Patriots guy. A lot of that scouting department, John Carroll, Patriots guys. Like, it seems to me it may have been a Caserio deal, but again, I don't know.
Wow. That's where we're at.
It just the organization just does not the offense literally not having an identity and not having not being on the same page ever. It seems like kind of seems like a microcosm of the organization right now. If you guys agree with that, it just doesn't seem like things are on the right page anywhere across the board. I mean, the defense is supposed to be one of the best in the league. Did not look that way on Monday. In fact, they looked unprepared to play football. The offense, we know their issues. They're definitely not on the same page at all. And again, that's comes down to the head coach and the front office because the personnel is not great either. You've got some stars, but you're trotting Nico Collins and a bunch of rookies out there. The deal for Christian Kirk, albeit they only gave up a 7th, but you're paying Christian Kirk $16 million this year for 2 games so far. That looks like a miss. Your 2nd-round pick, Jaden Higgins, uninvolved. And again, that could be more of just the offense being as bad as it is. I'm not really blaming Jaden Higgins, but that's the data we got right now. Is Jaden Higgins hasn't done a whole lot. Jalen Knowles showed some flashes. I still have faith in Ariante Ursary probably being a decent left tackle, but again, he's a rookie left tackle. It's a hard position to play as a rookie, and you're banking on him being good. And he's been okay at best, maybe. I like what I've seen from Jalen Knowles. That seems, I think, if Nico and Kirk are both out this week, I think Jalen Knowles is going to be heavily involved because he's your one guy who seems like he's got some juice at receiver at the moment. But Other than that, man, I mean, your Dalton Schultz is your only tight end essentially at the moment. Cade Stover's hurt. Brevin Jordan's hurt. Harrison Bryant, who you cut and put on your practice squad as your number 2 tight end. I mean, it's just that offense lacks talent right now. Offensive line, not talented. Receiver group, even with Nico Collins, missing. I think there's holes there. Tight end, Dalton Schultz, who I think we can all agree is a mediocre at best tight end. Christian was about to cast him into the stratosphere with the way he was trying to catch that 2-point conversion, which I agree. yeah, he had to sit out a couple of plays because his eye hurt. Got poked in the eye. I've seen basketball players keep playing with after being poked in the eye, but whatever. It's not a good spot, man. It's just not a good spot. That's that.
Wow.
I at least, if you want my wish list for this game against the 49ers, I just want to see clean, disciplined football, even if they lose on like a last second field goal. Because I'm giving up on them probably winning. They're not winning the Super Bowl this year. I've convinced myself of that. And at that point, whatever. My expectations are gone for this team now. I just want to see this coaching staff pull this airplane out of its nosedive and at least see some competent. I just want competent football. That's all I ask for at this point. I just don't want to tune in and waste every Sunday afternoon and Monday night that I stay up till 1 o'clock watching whatever the hell that was. Just let me enjoy it, for God's sake, and not get done and feel like I just wasted 4 hours and make me want to jump out of my window.
Hurts, don't it?
I was gonna say
you're used to this, Mike.
Bears and Browns fan lament that we're hearing right now.
And not that
the
thing is when we were really bad, like 2021 and 2022, before CJ Stroud and Will Anderson, I knew they were going to be bad. So it's like, whatever. Like, sure, let's hire David Culley. Let's be football playing Jessies out there, like he said. Let's go be some football playing Jessies. Let's punt on 4th down and let's tank. I was excited. Davis Mills looked kind of good. Damian Pierce looked good. And I'm like, all right, we got some players, but I know we're going to suck. And you pick Stingley. You pick a couple years high in the draft. You rebuild. Expectations grow. And now, like, we shouldn't be back where David Culley had us. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be
no
that.
more Jessies. No, you don't want to be football playing Jessies anymore.
Lovie Smith, who's I think we should replace the Bullet Sports logo with just Lovie Smith's headshot. I think
it's a good idea.
Yeah. It's
if only he had a connection to the Browns, it would be the perfect link.
Well, we'll do it for R3. We can.
That's fair.
We can put like Freddie Kitchens for Mike or something.
We'll do like a half with Romeo Cornell. Yeah.
Just the most confusing logo for a podcast ever. But does that sum up Turtle Talk for this week?
That sums it up. Unless you guys got anything else, I need to decompress.
I think you said everything that needs to be said on it. Honestly, I mean, you covered offense, defense, and you mixed some special teams in there with some shots at Braxton Berrios.
Bench him. I don't care how hot his wife is. Bench him.
Go be a trophy husband for your TikTok wife.
Yeah, he's not even the breadwinner in that family. Like, he's making a couple million. He makes far less than Alex Earl does. Like, you don't need to be doing this anymore, man. Go hang out with your hot wife on a beach somewhere and make TikTok. Stop returning punts on my football team. I don't care if you field the ball well, like D'Amico Ryan said. I don't care.
Oh my God.